Hey there folks, how you doing today? Thought I would record this one right before sunrise in the wonderful city of Penang, Malaysia. There is the background. I hope you're enjoying that. First, let's get into the housing market. I want to hear from all of you. If you follow One Rental at a Time, you undoubtedly have a buy box. And you have undoubtedly been tracking that. You know, you're looking every day. You probably get back and look at the numbers every week or every other week. I want to know what's going on in your buy box. I suspect since the beginning of January that it looks very different, right? Remember last year we talked about Thanksgiving to New Year's being a wonderful time to buy because everybody's gone. Now we're into the new year. People are start shopping, rates come down, it spurs demand. But our biggest problem in housing today, and I probably will do a video on this later, is the housing market is just broken. The affordable housing, the first-time home buyer home is scarce. And I'm suspecting in most of your buy boxes, you have seen a precipitous drop. I'm also seeing signs in Phoenix, Vegas, and Sacramento. All three markets crushed by iBuyers. They pushed prices too high and they made prices fall when they became forced sellers and quit. Inventory is down. Brian Lebo just told me that inventory is down in Vegas 14 weeks in a row and demand is clearly picking up. This is not your normal supply and demand because the housing market is broken. We have so few listings, it would not shock me if, especially of affordable homes, if the market really has bottomed across the country. But I want to hear from you. We have an audience that is around the country and really around the world. So tell me what's going on in your buy box. Still some inventory up, inventory down. What is going on? Second, we've completed our first flip. We gave you the numbers on that a couple of weeks ago. Our second flip is going to be listed tomorrow. Tomorrow it will be listed, and thankfully it will be listed for $20,000 or $30,000 more than we had estimated. If you go back and watch our playlist, I believe we talked about it coming out at about $280K. It is actually going to go out at $310. So we shall see. Again, unfortunately, an FHA buyer cannot buy this house, at least not yet. This house would be perfect for a FHA first-time home buyer, but unfortunately, because I did my job quickly, we did it in about 5 or 6 weeks, it will not meet the 90-day seasoning rule. So unfortunately, an FHA buyer will not be able to buy it. It will have to go what's called conventional or 5% down. I want to call out a special video that went live this morning that needs to get thousands of views. Folks, I have never done this, I don't believe. Please go find the video that went live this morning with the three amigos talking about the cheat code to wealth. Actually, it went live yesterday, not this morning, yesterday. Cheat code to wealth. That video needs to go viral. It is without a question something that more and more people should really think about doing. Something else we're seeing is estimated now that China will actually grow in 2023. They're seeing travel and all this revenge travel going on, so they're expecting their economy to grow 5% in 2023. That is according to Fitch Ratings. I don't know if you've heard of a company called Maersk. Maersk is one of the largest, if not the largest, shipping company. You often see them in ports. In fact, I think I saw some Maersk ships right over there in Penang's harbor. They're saying that 2022 was a record year and 2023 will not be a record year. They're estimating that shipping volume could fall 2 to 2.5% potentially. Looks like Disney has got religion. Disney is cutting 7,000 jobs and $5.5 billion in costs in a vast restructuring. Folks, this is pretty much like Meta, right? Remember Meta when the stock went under 100 and I told you I was buying some? It was obvious that the company would do a big cost restructuring and the stock would rip. It looks like Disney is following that model. Cut jobs, cut spending, stock takes off. This will become the playbook for companies with depressed prices and CEOs who are fearful of losing their job. They will just announce a big RIF, a restructuring. We got this, they'll apologize, and their stocks will rip. So Disney is executing that as well. Looks like Google had their AI day, the day after Microsoft, and unfortunately, at least based on the stock price, the market is not impressed. It appears as an outsider that Google/Alphabet is late, right? Chat, GPT, all these other things, Microsoft making that investment. It looks like Google or Alphabet was caught flat-footed, and they have some work to do on the technology side. If any company could come around, it is obviously Google. They print money, but let's be clear, this is their first huge threat to their company. So we'll see what happens there. Mattel, they make Barbies and toys. They actually said customers bought less toys in Q4. Q4 sales down 22%. Yes, folks, 22%. Customers are clearly cutting back on non-essentials, right? Discretionary staples. One would argue that Q4 toys with Christmas and holidays is interesting. Robinhood missed on revenue, but shout out to the leaders at Robinhood. They have agreed to buy back Sam Bankman-Fried's 7.6% stake. They will just get rid of that headache. I think that is a great move. Buy them out, get them as far away from you as possible, because this SBF is, he's going to take a lot of people down with him. And Robinhood, good on you buying his shares back. Affirm missed top line, missed bottom line, and announced a 19% layoff immediately. 19%. Folks, Affirm, as I've shared 6, 9, 12 months ago, it is just today's version of layaway. It is not going to go well. Just wait till the customers don't pay back. There's no collateral. Affirm is a business model that works when stuff is free and we're sending money to people. It doesn't work in most economic situations. Got some updates on Honolulu, Hawaii. Shout out to all the real estate agents and brokers that send me numbers and metrics. If you want to send me some numbers, you can probably tag me on Instagram or you can follow me on Twitter. Just let me know your stats. I'll give you a shout out. So Honolulu, Hawaii, year over year prices down 7.6%. That is median. Transaction volume down 54%. Folks, that is a crash and a half. Mortgage app data comes out every Wednesday. It's actually up 3% week on week. Again, what we're seeing here in January, now into February, is early signs of the spring selling season. When I talked about the phase 2 of the housing crash, it goes all the way till March 15th, right? We're now 5 weeks away from March 15th. So the spring selling season, as of today, is setting up to be one to watch. It is going to be very interesting, given the limited supply of affordable homes. And then something I just read about Tesla. There is no question that Teslas are very popular in California and in the Silicon Valley. I see them everywhere. No kidding, they're everywhere around where I live. But I didn't know this. Apparently, in 2022, 1 out of every 10 cars sold in California was a Tesla. 1 in every 10 cars. Couldn't believe that. And then finally, Neil Kashkari, he's saying signs of life in the housing market, not good. Neil Kashkari is saying signs of life in the housing market is going to make our jobs harder. So Neil, you broke the housing market, dude. We are on a different landscape. We usually do 6.5 million transactions. We are only going to do 4. We have no inventory because the move-up buyer is dead. We have interest rate lock-in. Neil, you did that. Neil, you broke the housing market. Neil, the housing market will be broken for years because of what you and the Fed did. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. All right, everybody, take care. Enjoy the view.